Hey AJ, how are you? That's good. Yeah, same here. Before I came live, I got in the shower and putting all my gadgets to charge. And I just finished sending out some Etsy orders, which I don't send out Etsy orders on the weekends. Um, but I was like, let me just send them out. I don't do anything, so I just send them out. Well, unless orders come in tomorrow. But at least I won't have the week. Hola. Okay, RJ. Wait, where is mine? Okay, you can post IJ. Excuse me. I need to grab my cards. Shit, what's my voice like? It's this allergy season starting for me. Hi Gypsy, how are you? This is Theo going on her replying and like spree today. She was liking things at 12 in the afternoon too. Okay, does she feel? Hi, Sarah. How are you, love? Happy Sunday. All right. How did that feel going on her replying and liking me today? Let's see. She was liking things I saw and nothing too. How did she feel? The Eight of Swords, the Justice, the Chariot, the Nine of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So I'm getting, she feels good. I feel like she's kind of like in this place where I'm getting the Eight of Swords for her again. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I got it for her like twice yesterday, because even in the channel, I think it was, yeah, it was there. So I feel like she's still in that space where, like, you know, there, she's still stuck like in her head, kind of trying to come out of it though, because the Justice card is here with the Chariot. So finding balance between like overthinking, and because I don't feel like it's so much of a victim mentality, is more so overthinking and actually like having some type of progress here. I feel like she's definitely feeling balanced. This is her way of communicating with you again. This is her way of being, having like this is again like her indirect way of communicating with you, letting you know that she sees you, like she's observing, she's aware of that you're posting, is what I'm getting. Like she's just letting you know that she's here, because I still see her with the Nine of Wands. I'm still seeing a little guarded to be more direct. So little subtle ways of communicating with you, more so like letting you know that she sees you. She sees that you're posting, she's interested in what you're posting. Yeah, you see the star. I do feel like she's still working on some type of healing here, or just kind of like, I feel like hope has been renewed for her, to be honest. She's being like, she has a lot of faith in the connection, but still trying to maintain some structure where she's not like, I think, you know what it is? I feel like if she were to go like all in right now, she would feel like off balance. So because she is starting to get back in her groove of feeling balanced, feeling more open just in general, like with herself, I feel like she's still trying to like baby steps this, right? So these are her baby steps towards you. I feel like with the Queen of Cups, she is coming in as being um very emotionally open, very emotionally in tune with her emotions. And again, it's like her little subtle way of like letting you know that she's here, putting, this is her way of putting effort. And because she's not 100% ready to be more direct, um which I feel like in this, she's kind of being direct with this now, or at least that's how she's seeing it. Show me more, sir. The Five of Wands and the Death card. Yeah, see, I feel like she's still battling some of her like mental stuff. Not mental like crazy, but like those thoughts that can kind of take over at times. Because I'm not getting competition or anything like that. I honestly feel like she feels secure that there's no one else in the picture. I feel like she's feeling secure in her like decision to come towards you, but she is still working on that, like just getting past her own, I want to say her own like negative thoughts, destructive thoughts. Um, yeah, but like you got the Death card and the Judgment, so I feel like she's kind of like viewing things as, I don't know if I've this was with her, where I said, I don't think it was her, but maybe this is her coming in now. She's kind of just letting fate take the course, or at least that's what she's thinking. She's thinking that she's letting fate take the course. So instead of her trying so hard, she's just kind of going with the flow. But we already know what's going on behind the scenes. She doesn't know that. So she's going through like her own, still like going through her awakenings. But honestly, to me, the judgment is a social media card. So it's like you have her attention. Basically, is what she's trying to show you. Yeah, like the Six of Cups. So she's doing it in a very innocent, subtle way. Um, Very innocent, subtle way. The Six of Cups for me is like an innocent energy. It's an energy where I feel like she is definitely thinking about you when it comes to like when she's on social media. You are definitely a priority for her to see what's going on your social media is what I'm getting. Oh, there you go. But she's getting through it. You see, you can't make this up. Like that Eight of Swords there, and I'm not getting a really bad energy because she's acknowledging them, so that's a good thing. And you can't make that up. The Five of Wands for me, I said, is like is a mental thing. Like it's in her mind. It's not a sense of competition with other people because I don't feel like she feels. Honestly, she is a person that does feel secure within herself too at times. So it's not that she doesn't. She's an insecure person. She's not. I feel like she knows who she is. She knows her value. She knows what she brings to the table. So in essence, like I feel like she feels like even if there was other women that you were entertaining right now because you are single, she wouldn't she doesn't see herself as like beneath them. If anything, she may see herself as the best option. So I do get that with her. When it comes to like who she is in a connection with someone, she definitely is confident. I think she loses a little bit of her confidence within herself. So that's what I'm getting here. So I think that's why you're gonna still get more action from her, but it is gonna be subtle for now. Yeah, that's like honestly, somebody that's an entrepreneur too. Like I can honestly resonate with that because it's hard. You just never know. Honestly, you really never know. So that is what I have for you, IJ. Thank you so much, and I hope that gave you clarity. She's feeling good though. Yeah, you're dealing. I always tell people this, like you're dealing with a human, and also too, just remember, like she's showing up the way that you are viewing her. So there could be still some of like the old story of her like needing to heal still, like lingering. That's how I would look at the reading. Like there's still a little bit of like that old story, because we hear so much through it's the reading, but it's really us. It's how we're the we can it the script doesn't come from a reader. All right, I got Sarah's donation. Exactly, IJ. That's why I'm like, I've been like, honestly, I haven't gotten a tarot reading, like tarot, because the lady that does law of assumption, she's not a tarot reader. Um, she's not a tarot reader. So a tarot reading, I haven't gotten one. I'm gonna say it has been at least 2 weeks, but I have gotten channel messages. But for me, that's not considered tarot per se. I don't know. I don't look at it as a tarot reading. To me, it's not a tarot reading. But that's why I'm really careful about tarot readings, because tarot is interpreted one completely different way. And if you go to readers that only read tarot, that don't have like their intuition, they don't have like their clear abilities, or they just literally go off of the cards that are on the table, you can literally like just get any type of shit, because some people look at the Seven of Swords, as a lot of people, as like, oh my God, they're sneaky behavior. But I don't look at that card that way. Not always. It depends on what's around it. But there's people that as soon as they see it, they're like, oh my God, there's a third party. Like there's some lying and blah, blah, blah. Nah, I don't see it that way. So, all right, thank you, Sarah. I got you right now. All right, let's see for Sarah. Hi everyone, welcome in. Donations are open. Please like the stream. All right, let's see. Will WGU be better fit for Sarah than Capella University for the nursing? Sorry, let me just send this out. So you have the Five of Cups, the Hangman, and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like it will. I'm gonna say yes. I feel like because we're asking if it's gonna be better than um the other one, I'm getting like yes. I feel like the other one there could be some regret behind it if you were to decide for it. But what I'm getting is that it seems like WGU seems like a better fit compared to the other school. Um, I feel like the cards are showing that while um with Capella, I'm seeing like feeling drained and disappointed. Um, I feel like GU offers a fresh perspective and like a faded change because you do have the Hangman and the Wheel of Fortune. It may require some patience to adjust. Um, but ultimately the energy to me flows much more in your favor here. Yeah, it flows much more in your favor. It'll bring a shift, but a positive one that is one that aligns with growth and like future success. Whereas though the other one, Capella feels like holding on to something that isn't delivering full satisfaction. So you may feel like it's like you're not getting much out of it. Like, yeah, like you're not getting much out of it. Oh, you have? So then, yeah. I'm definitely gonna say yes. I'm gonna say, all right, and let's see. Curious to know how he would feel if I reached out. I ended things with him a few months ago, just wasn't ready. All right, let's see. How would he feel if Sarah reached out after she ended things a few months ago? The Nine of Swords, the Seven of Swords with the Strength card. You know what's crazy? Before I even, when as soon as I read the question, I feel like I don't know if he would be open to it. I feel like he's going to either just completely like you won't hear from him, or he'll say something like, I don't know why I'm getting like that. He'll be like, especially with that Seven of Swords and the Strength card, I'm getting like ego is here. I feel like when you ended things, I do feel like for him, he was upset. And I feel like ego is showing up here. And I feel like he may be in this energy where he's going to be like, what, there's something not work out and that's why you're reaching out, is what I'm getting. Like, he's going to be definitely in his ego. Um, show me. Spirit saying like tread lightly with him. Yeah, like the Ten of Swords of Fortune came out sideways. I'm not going to take it because it came out sideways. Girl, nah. The Ten of Cups reverse and the Six of Swords reverse. I am definitely getting, I don't know why. I don't know what his vibe was with you before, but I'm getting someone that's going to be closed off. I don't think he will. It's hard to say because it almost feel I'm gonna go with the first thing spirit. I feel like he's not gonna respond in a nice way. So it's either he won't respond or he doesn't let go of the way you kind of shut him down, especially with, to me, if it was in the upright, then it feels like, he's in calmer waters. He's let go of like, maybe frustration, maybe like sadness, maybe even feeling like rejected. But I feel like he has not let go of that feeling. So I'm definitely getting, I have a lot of like, honestly, like negative energy here. The Ten of Cups is reversed. So it's getting like, instead of harmony, you're getting the total opposite. I'm getting the total opposite. I feel like, yeah, he was hurt. He was definitely hurt because even with these, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords, like, and I feel like he has not let go of it. Um, Let me just see. So, is he currently involved with anyone? Is he currently involved with anyone? The Queen of Cups. Girl, I think he's involved, and this could be too where he's involved. Could be involved with someone else at this time. I'm getting like he could possibly be involved with someone else. How does he feel about Sarah? I just want to see. How does he feel about Sarah? Confusion. I feel like you left him feeling confused. And look, he's not even, I feel like with the High Priestess too is like, I don't know what the High Priestess for me is like quiet, not secretive in a bad way, but like keeping things to himself where he's not. Yeah, I think he's like in his head. He will be in his head, but I feel like there's something about him. I don't know if he's gonna feel like you were like the Three of Swords at the bottom with the Five of Swords. Yeah, I think that, I don't know how he will respond to, because it doesn't look like he will respond in the best way, or he will kind of shut you down, is what I'm getting. Either he will not respond or he will shut you down, or I do get the feeling that he may even take the route of like a bit sarcastic, like, you know, like, there's something not work out for you and that's why you came back. That's what I get. I feel like you may have left him confused, and he may have felt like you were secretive about something. I get the energy where maybe he thought that maybe there was someone else in the picture and you chose someone else. Yeah, and it's crazy because when I read the question, I like quickly picked up on his energy. It just felt completely like shut down. So I don't know if he would. I feel like even if he would like converse with you, I don't know if that's somebody that you should invest in, because I feel like I don't know why he's coming in as someone that will, because he hasn't let go of the resentment of you like shutting him down, of you like walking away. So I feel like he may even talk to you and then kind of just like ghost you, like purposely. I think, wasn't that like, I kind of remember briefly. And yo, I think that, oh my God, did I tell you? Because I feel like this is the energy that I'm getting. The guy that I dated him, but then he was doing a little too much. Like, it just felt a little overwhelming, and I kind of wasn't really ready to be like doing that much. At the time, I wanted him to move a little slower, but eventually, like, like, we had scheduled a date, and cool, right? And then he was that Friday, he's like, oh, I'm around your job. Mind you, he doesn't work. He didn't have anything going on around my job. I went around there just to see me. And I just was like, I felt like it was just too much too soon. Like, I just felt like really, literally overwhelmed. And I was like, no, like, I just took a step back from him. And then eventually I just got back with Jay. And then this guy. And then, you know, one time I reached out or whatever for that. And he was like, that's who this person reminds me of. Like, someone that was like, and he became a little, he was butthurt is what it is, and that's what I get from this guy. Like, he made me a little butthurt. That's what that reminds me, and I think this is the same guy that I had gotten that feeling for earlier this year when I gave you that reading. Hi Claudia, yes, donations are open, and I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah, I don't know why he feels like it wasn't, you weren't being truthful, but that could be his own insecurities, you know. It's so crazy. Yeah, it was a lot. That's what was happening with me. I'm like, oh my God, this is just. He literally had told me, I'm not even joking. The one day we were gonna go out, I ended up getting sick. He was sick. Reached out. He was like, I'm not really feeling good. Like, he was like, can we reschedule? And I was like, yeah, that's fine, girl. But I was kind of glad he did, because I felt like when he told me all the stuff he had planned for that day, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I just wanted to go out for a little while, but he had like, no, I'm not even joking. He had like 5 things for us to do that day in different places that I was like, I'm practically gonna spend the whole day with him. And I was not ready for that. Like, what if I don't like him, you know? So, yeah, it was a lot. And you're welcome, Sarah. Thank you. I hope that was helpful. Claudia, you could post your question. right, let's see. Why has FS Sagittarius deleted and blocked Claudia on social media? Give me 1 second. Let me just send this out. Come on. Finish part 1 of my everything shower. What does that mean? Um, wait, let me update this. Sorry. So, this girl, were you guys friends? I'm getting like fickle energy from her, but let me just update this. Sorry. Come on. Or is this like a coworker? I don't know why I'm getting like a coworker. Let's see. So I feel all right. So with the Knight of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, I feel like she definitely acted impulsively. Kind of like didn't think it through, almost like a sudden decision or reaction. For me, the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot are showing a push toward change or control. I feel like she may have felt the need to take charge. Um, of her own direction and shift dynamic quickly, even if it came across like harsh, right? Um, um, so again, I'm getting it. It was all about her, how she felt, and less about how you would feel. Um, I feel like again, like she acted quickly and decisively. It wasn't thought out. It was more so reactionary. So I don't know if you guys had like an argument or like there was a discussion or something, but it almost feels again like she wanted to take control of the narrative, possibly even redirect her path, and blocking you was a way of making a shortcut so she could move forward. Um, with the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups, um, I don't know if she felt clash, like she felt like you guys were clashing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, was there ever like a disagreement? Um, I feel like so you got one of you is showing up as the Queen of Cups, the other one is showing up as the Queen of Swords. So one is cutthroat, the other one is more emotional. And I'm getting her just wanting to move forward. Like again, like I said, one may feel um it's almost like I'm getting her trying to protect herself emotionally by like stepping into like a colder, more detached role. And maybe there was a clash there. One is more emotional again. The Hermit and the Ten of Pentacles, I am definitely getting um her retreating inward, focusing on her own goals, resources, financial stability. I feel like she may be prioritizing like her long-term success and just pulling away from like um anything that anything she feels complicates her vision. So if there is connection to like there's a connection when it comes to you and her as like where something is or like a part of a chapter in her life that she no longer wants to entertain. I feel like she's just kind of doing this. I don't feel like it's only towards you. This could be towards multiple people. With the Moon and the Five of Swords, there's definitely confusion and possible communication. I'm sorry, possible miscommunication. That's what I'm saying. Like if there was something there could be a misunderstanding, something she misunderstood, or something, you know, she assumed had bad motives. Um, I feel like the Five of Swords is suggesting pettiness, possible competitiveness, or excessive cutting losses, even if it hurt the connection. Of Swords is strength and the Hierophant, I feel like she felt the need to just draw a firm boundary here. Like I said, I feel like she may have cut multiple people off since I have the Five of Swords that does talk about multiple people that have been cut off. Um, I feel like she just felt the need to like draw a firm boundary, and show that she's like in control. Like it's almost like she's trying to prove something to herself. The Hierophant being her, it does suggest she may have been following a principle, possibly even a mentor's advice, belief about how things should look for her, like for herself. So all in all, I feel like her blocking and deleting you wasn't just like a simple thing, even though she acted impulsively. Like she wanted to regain some type of control towards her, like of herself, protect her own path. I feel like it does show a mix of like competitiveness, maybe misunderstandings, emotional discomfort. So instead of addressing things openly, she just chose avoidance and a clean out. And when Spirit says a clean out, to me it's just showing multiple people have been cut off, or at least there's multiple people will be getting cut off. So um It's more about like her insecurities and beliefs than about like you, is what I'm getting here. So yeah, she's not really seeing the full picture. I feel like it was impulsive. So that's what I have for you, love. I hope that was helpful. You said totally fine. I did the same thing days before. Yeah, that could be like someone mirroring back to you too. Life is a mirror, so that could just be because you did it, someone else like in your awareness did it to you. So it makes sense. That makes sense. And thank you for donating. You shave your arms, girl. You better get. I'm gonna make you get some fucking wax because it is a past connection, and that is fine. Yeah, that makes sense. That's good. Yeah, it's good to just wish her the best. Bye. You know. Yeah, donations are still open. You can send for another. Oh, thank you. And don't be surprised if you ever hear from her in the future because usually when someone makes like I meant to say that when someone makes like a very impulsive decision, they kind of regret it down the road. So yeah, but like I said, I don't feel like she just did it to you. I think she did it to a few people. But to each their own. You know, everybody has their path that they're trying to, you know, have. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's see. He's gonna see my purple eyeshadow. Like, oh my god. Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, the day you go to wax, you're gonna be like, I should have been fucking waxing. Because when I tell you that waxing lasts weeks, it lasts weeks. I think the first time you wax, it may grow back a little faster, but it definitely takes at least 2 weeks before you even feel a spike. Because that's how I used to feel. I used to feel like I like shaving. I think I was just scared of getting waxed. But once I got waxed, once I got my butthole waxed and everything down there waxed, I never went back. And I waxed my arms. I never went back to shaving. And the only time I do shave my underarms is if like I'm in a rush because you know waxing takes a little bit of time. Now everything else I go and get waxed. But like my underarms and my legs, I do that myself. And I hate when I'm like I don't make time for waxing my underarms because the way they grow back when you shave, like it's nasty. I feel like when it grows back when you wax, the hair is so thin that you don't feel it. Alright, so let's see. You're in death. How does our Aries male? We also work together. See me now. Okay, let's see. Alright, the Emperor is here. The King of Wands. The Queen of Wands. The Two of Wands. The Queen of Cups reversed. The Page of Swords reversed. The Devil. The Hierophant, the Death card. The King of Swords. The Eight of Swords. The Magician. Let me go open this door for my sister. Be right back, y'all. All right, I'm back. So you have the Emperor, the Queen of Wands, the Two of Wands. So, did you guys ever have any type of like romantic like connection? I don't know why I get that. I feel like there could have been a missed opportunity here too. So with the Emperor and the King of Wands, I'm sorry, yeah, the Emperor and the King of Wands, I'm getting like, I feel like this is like hard because I guess someone that was like unable to really, how do you say that, to make something happen here. Maybe he feels again like he missed out an opportunity is what I'm getting. Like he missed out an opportunity. Um But anyways, I feel like he sees you as like his equal, right? No? Okay, so maybe he felt like there could have been, or maybe he is and still interested, is what I'm gonna say. I feel like with the Emperor, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, even though look like they're not facing each other, like do you see that, like they're kind of looking opposite ways, there's still some type of connection that he felt towards you. Like maybe he felt like you were his equal, even if it was as like co-workers, right? I feel like he still does. I'm getting like he is hard to, yeah, I could tell. I could tell by his energy. I feel like he sees you as his equal in like strength, fire, and presence. The Emperor is showing me that he respects you. um I feel like he may feel he's like showing respect for your authority, leadership, and maturity. So he may feel like you come off again like his equal. Like he wouldn't feel like, he doesn't look at you as below him or above him. Um Yeah, that's what I get from him too. Like that, there's definitely like some type of connection here with the King and Queen of Wands. It's this is a powerful pair. So he views you very magnetic, confident, and commanding. The same passion and energy that he carries. There's a sense that he feels like you match his fire, and he takes notice of that. So it's like things that he noticed about you that he literally may feel like you're like the girl version of him. um I feel like, um can you add Anj, A-N-J, Jess? With the Two of Wands, he sees you as someone looking ahead, maybe making bold choices about like your life and work. You're not passive, you're a planner, you take control towards your next steps. To him you seem to be standing maybe at a crossroad, but with confidence. Like, I'm here but I'm not sure what to do next, but I'm definitely like confident, right? um and So the emotional perception here is where I feel like with the Queen of Cups reverse, I'm getting like he may feel like you don't show your softer side. Um, he may be reading you as guarded or like emotionally detached. Um, Possibly not ready to open up, but this could also be him because you feel like he's hard to read. But I say like when, even with friends, when you're connected to them, if you're reading them one way, more likely they're reading you that way. So I feel like if you do read him like hard to read, he could be literally dealing with that too when it comes to you. With the Page of Swords reverse, I feel like, you see, I'm getting like you're hard to read. Like he may feel like you, yeah, like you're hard to read, like you're not willing to just let anybody in. So he does this perception that you could be holding back from him. So yeah, I feel like you guys are definitely mirroring each other. um Deeper energies, we have the Devil and the Hierophant. So I feel like he definitely sees you as someone who stirs powerful, almost irresistible energy, but you also demand respect, tradition, or even like principles, right? For me, this gives like a push pull dynamic. You intrigue him deeply. He also knows he can't approach you lightly or in a casual, careless way. Um, a shift in perception is the, I have the Death card with the King of Swords. Um, I feel like there could be, all right, there's a change here. You know what, I get like he goes up and down with how he views you. It goes up and down. Like sometimes he feels like he knows everything, and then there's times where he feels like, I think she's holding back. She's hard to read. Um, so with the Death and the King of Swords, I feel like possibly the recent conversation has definitely shifted his perception. or his perspective about you. He's seeing you as transformed, um, more logical than attached. You know, the King of Swords shows that, again, he respects your clarity and intellect. You come across as strategic and not easily swayed by emotion. So you could have been the one that, remember the last spread, I felt like one was being logical, the other one was being more emotionally like open. Maybe you were the Queen of Swords. Um, so his overall impression with the Eight of Swords and the Magician is here. I'm getting like he sees you as someone who's had like, you've had your challenges or limitations, but you ultimately have the power, right? And the resourcefulness to rise above them. The Magician is showing you as capable of creating and directing your reality. You know, a person that takes control of her reality, takes control of her decisions. You know, a person with like strong willpower. So that's what I'm getting right now. I feel like, especially after the conversation, I feel like he sees you as leveled up, confident, logical, very powerful, and not someone who will settle. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay, yeah, that makes sense with the Queen of Swords. Know him a bit, and then I'm not sure. Yeah, because that's how I feel like he feels about you. So that's what I have for you, love. Thank you so much. I hope that was helpful. It's like cold, but then it gets hot. Ugh. You're welcome. And thank you. All right. So, Jess, you can go ahead and post. Oh, it did. Oh, that's good. You're welcome. That's really good. Thank you for that confirmation. You're welcome. I watch award shows here and there. I like watching them sometimes, but sometimes I feel like they just be giving anybody. I sometimes feel like they don't even give the right people the freaking awards. All right, let's see. How did Jay feel about my IG stories? All right, we got the Ace of Cups, the Hangman, the Knight of Cups. So don't take this wrong. I feel like he feels fulfilled. Like I feel like he like right now he's in this place where he's still standing back watching with the Hangman. You posting is filling up his cup. So I feel like when you don't post, he does feel sad. So just you posting is filling up his cup. Um, it's making him feel obviously like romantic feelings because we have the Knight of Cups here. So he's definitely. I feel like it doesn't matter. You could post a fucking like an eyeball and he's gonna like it. Like he's gonna like it because it's giving, again, it's filling up his cup. You just posting is satisfying him right now. Oh my god, you fucking posted an eye. That's fucking crazy. That I swear I did not see that. But I literally get like, doesn't matter what you post, as long as you're posting, I feel like he's feeling fulfilled is what I'm getting. Like emotionally fulfilled. The Ten of Swords is here with the High Priestess. I feel like, show me the Ten of Swords. The Six of Pentacles. See, I'm getting like, because he's still in this place where he's like, I don't know why he's like, I don't know why this is here. Like the Ten of Swords is, I feel like he's I mean, the Ten of Swords is a completion, so he's coming out of like the cycle of like that tough ending is completing, or it's at a completion. So I feel like you posting, because the of Pentacles is here, is like that card of like, you're giving him what he wants now, right? So again, it goes back to like the first row, like him feeling fulfilled with what you're, he will take crumbs, is what I'm saying right now. He will take crumbs. So even if you, like I said, posted a fucking, be happy because he's seeing you post. Is when you go quiet, you show up as a mystery for him. So even when you're not quiet, I think with the high priest being here, he's seeing you as like very very spiritual, but very mysterious. Like he doesn't know everything. He doesn't, he can only, he only knows what you're posting. So again, it goes back to, I'm repeating the same thing because this is what Spirit is saying. Even if he doesn't know on in the pictures, okay with it. He's happy. Um, with the Sun card, I feel like it does, again, it brings him joy, it brings him happiness, it brings him fulfillment. So I just feel like overall, like you're just, again, you're filling his cup. He's feeling a sense of fulfillment. He feels a sense of alignment when you're posting. It keeps him, it makes him feel like at least he knows what you're doing, even though he doesn't know all the way. Because again, the high priestess is here, so he really does not know everything that's going on. Um, anything else? Because I feel like it was a repetitive message. That's too many cards. The Hierophant, the Two of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. See, I feel, you know, it's crazy because I feel like he knows that you guys are going to be together, but he's just still kind of figuring out how to come towards you. So I feel like deep down, the Hierophant for me is like, you know, subconsciously. So this is what's happening when subconsciously he knows you guys are gonna be together, but it hasn't reflected in the 4D just yet. So I think that he's still in this hangman position, receiving whatever you put out is satisfactory to him. So that's what I have with your first question. Let's see. How are your parents viewing you? Right? That was the second one. How are Jess's parents viewing her? How are Jess's parents viewing her? Right, Jess? Mm-hmm. The Knight of Swords. The Page of Cups. The Two of Pentacles. You know what I'm getting? I'm definitely getting that energy that I got in that one. I think you had only asked about him. I literally am getting that same energy. That impulsive, yeah. I feel like they're viewing you as someone that's still learning. You're making, in their eyes, they may feel like you're making impulsive decisions. Maybe not thinking things through is how they're seeing, but at the same time, they're feeling like you're still trying to figure things out because the Two of Pentacles is here. So that's a card of like, trying to figure out your priorities, right? You're trying to balance out your priorities, like trying to figure out your future. What am I gonna do next? So I feel like it's almost like they're seeing you at a phase in your life where you could be like, they could be feeling like you're just more in this energy of being curious. Um, with the Page of Cups, I do feel like they still view you like with this innocence, Like you still have this innocence to them. So that's why I feel like they're being more. I'm getting a lot of impulsive energy here though. The main thing is like a lot of impulsive energy because I have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So I don't know, thinking like she's just out here trying to figure life out. Like I don't think she knows exactly what she wants to do, but she is figuring it out. With the Hangman, I do feel like they're trying to see things or understand you differently, gaining new perspective rather than being so like, I don't know why Spirit is using micromanaging, but you know, they could be trying to like, I feel like they're not, may not be showing this, but maybe they're trying to micro watch like what you're doing. And I feel kind of letting go of that and being like in this energy. You know, the Hangman take pause, and when you're taking a pause from doing something, you have to have a, and to just let whatever is meant to happen happen. And that's where I feel like they're kind of going with it, because I do see them kind of just wanting to let go of anything that could be like holding or like weighing down on the connections between y'all and moving to calmer waters. But they kind of see you as like just kind of exploring is what I'm getting. Like maybe not in their eyes, maybe not fully mature, but trying to figure that out. And with the world again, it has to do with like movement, fulfillment, your own harmony. So I feel like they could be viewing you as someone who's just trying to find her own path and trying to figure out what that path is. So in a way, it's like they're not too. At least you're not just doing nothing. Is how I feel like they're saying. You know, at least she's doing something or trying to figure something out. So that's what I have to just. I hope that was helpful. And thank you, Jess. All right, Anj, you can go ahead and post your questions. All right, you guys can hear me. Okay, it refreshed. All right, Anj, go ahead and post. I need some salt in my life. All right. Anj, are you here? And Jess, you can start the countdown for closing. Okay, I see you, Anj. Ooh, hold on. Oh, you got an ad? Yeah, stupid YouTube. It keeps, it does that to me too. All right. What the person Anj is thinking about, act against her if she works on herself. The Six of Pentacles, the Strength card, I'm getting a no. I'm getting a no as long as you stay in your confidence. So basically to me it feels like they can only like no one can, only if you believe that they can, but I'm getting a no because the Strength card for me is like a withdrawn energy, and the Ten of Swords for me is like a complete heavy energy. So I'm definitely getting a no for that question. I feel like yeah, I'm getting like a big no. You can go ahead and post your other questions. What advice does Spirit have for her regarding this group of people she's dealing with? The Lovers, the Judgment, the Six of Swords. They're saying stop. I'm going to say stop paying attention to them. You're giving, so with the Six of Wands reverse to me is like, when it's in the upright, it's like giving, they're saying like give them attention, right? Like, you know, they're, to me it's a card where they're getting a lot of attention, and most of the decks there is like almost like, it's almost like a performer here. And even with the Judgment card, to me is like, it doesn't have to be social media, but to me it's like when someone is just like, again, they're being watched, and I feel like you need to just remove your awareness from them. Find your own balance, your own harmony. Just stop paying attention to them is what I'm getting. Like, just remove, again, your awareness from them. You're giving them too much life. And they can, again, with your last reading, they can only disrupt anything that nobody could disrupt anything, but they can if you believe that they can. So it's almost like stop giving them attention, turn your face, and just don't look their way. You know, they say what you focus on continues to grow. So if you want them to, like, if you want to, it basically, if you want to stop dealing with them, just stop focusing on them. Show me more. I feel like you're blocking your own like breakthrough by paying attention to them. Because the Judgment for me, like the Judgment, especially with the Lovers being here, is like there's alignment and harmony that's supposed to be coming in for you, but you're blocking it by focusing on things that don't serve you or people that don't serve you. Yeah, this feels like emotionally filling your own cup. See, I'm getting like a focus on self. Like the Page of Wands, if you have to deal with them, just deal with them to a minimum. But I'm getting, yeah, look, the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Wands. This is all about like you having a plan of like having your own independence away from them. I don't know if this is like family members, if this is like friends, co-workers, but there's a need for you to kind of like make a plan and just kind of find your independence away from them. Fill your own cup. Anything else? Look, the Ace of Wands. Like that, yeah, protecting your energy is what I'm getting. Like you need to protect yourself. So again, to me, it feels just almost like you're the one that's giving them life, and this is why the situations are the way that they are, you have to like just kind of step back, and again, in a way that you're protecting yourself. So yeah, like you need to find some type of change here. I don't know if it's like walking away, closing out a chapter, like never speaking to them, but it just feels like just kind of like it's almost like you're needing to just cut them off. So that's what I have for your first question. And donations are gonna close at 11. Just my bad, I meant to tell you. So you guys got 3 minutes if you want to send something. If you've already donated and you want to donate after that, you're good, but just do it as soon as possible because I do plan to get off a little earlier today. Okay, is this like talking to him like romantically, or like getting to like, I mean, like, is it a romantic connection? What do you want her to know about regarding the person she's talking to as non-romantic? Okay. What do you want her to know about us? Oh wait, the Knight of Pentacles, the Magician. I'm gonna say be mindful of how much you share with this person. Don't share, don't overshare is what I'm getting. The Knight of Pentacles is very steady, you know, a little bit slow with like getting things done. So being, and then the Magician is here with like, this is a communication card. Being mindful of how much you're sharing right now. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, I feel like Spirit is saying like listen to your intuition, follow your heart. Um, but again, just be mindful of oversharing, especially when it comes to emotions, is what I'm getting here. It's like I'm trusting them. Yeah, I will say just be mindful of how much you're sharing right now. Try not to share, try not to overshare. And just listen to your intuition, you're saying. The Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, look, the Seven of Wands. I'm getting, again, this type of... Show me the Wheel of Fortune. The Emperor reverse. Yeah, I would definitely be careful. I would just be I wouldn't say... I don't feel like there is, like, negative energy coming from them, but I will also say oversharing is not a good idea right now. I feel like this person may not be as mature as they're portraying to be, so they could definitely be giving you advice that is not that good, because the Emperor in the reverse for me is like, he's not a mature person. Like, this is not a mature person, so they could be portraying as they are, but I feel like because you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, so very grounded, you may be good at giving them advice, but them, when it comes to their advice, I feel like they could put you through, they could give you advice that then you find yourself trying to overcome some challenges. So I'm not saying that they'll betray you, but I'm also, what I'm getting is more so, I don't think they're mature enough to like really give you advice, or like, yeah, I feel like they could give you, look, another night. They could become there. This person is showing up to me as a little bit like emotionally immature. So again, when it comes to advice, I would tread lightly with how much advice I take from them. Yeah, see, I just feel like something with their advice could cause more chaos. I've been saying, I literally feel that. Look, the Five of Wands, I'm telling you, I feel like this person, I think they mean well, but I feel like whatever advice they could give you can definitely cause drama and chaos, and like arguments and just gossip. So I would just tread lightly with that. I think you can trust them as far as like how much information you give them. I would still be mindful, but I would say you can trust them, but I wouldn't trust their opinions or advice. And you could post your third question, Anj. If anyone else that has donated so far that wants to donate again, you can do so by 11:05. After 11:05, we are definitely closed. Oh my god, I was missing all of this. Yep, 11:05, y'all, is for sure closing down. Um, Ange, you can go ahead and post. Oh wait, should I move into getting support from another group or just do it on my own, like what I'm trying to work on for myself? Let's see. Wait, what's us, Jeff? Wait, that was upside down here. I'm not gonna take that. Let's see for Ange. I know what sus means. I'm asking what is sus to you right now. Alright, let's see for Ange. Should she move into getting support from another group or just do it on her own? The Knight of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. I'm gonna say, don't be drastic. Like, Spirit saying, don't be so impulsive to just like go into another group. I would definitely say just kind of like with anything, no matter what group you go to, you want to be careful of like oversharing, and that's just period, right? Like Spirit is usually more lean towards, like, you would never hear Spirit say go tell all your business, right? So they're wanting to say like don't just make drastic decisions either way, whether you move on to another group or you stay with the same group, whatever it is, right? Like just don't be impulsive because you're oversharing is the message here. Like try not to overshare with anything. I feel like working hard on your own is gonna bring you more results, like better results is what I'm getting. You can still have a support system because you do have a Three of Cups there, so you can still have a support system, but just be very mindful of how much you're oversharing, because they keep saying oversharing, so you could just be in a place where you're just oversharing way too much, and they're telling you that you need to slow down. Show me more. Yeah, see, the sun is here. The Hermit. The Five of Cups and the Magician. See, I just feel like you need to start leaning towards your own intuition. I feel like Spirit is saying especially with the Hermit, you need to go within when it comes to decision making. I feel like you may be giving your power to too many outside sources, and they're wanting you not to do that. Like, they're wanting you not to do that. Again, if you want to have a support system, you can have it, right? Everybody has a support system, but again, just be mindful of how much you're sharing. Way too fast is what I'm getting. I feel like in order for you to find like happiness and like good, I'm getting like good positive news and success, you have to start going within more, because the Hermit, that's what the Hermit is, right? When you're going within, you're soul searching, you're figuring things out, rather than going to outside sources to figure things out. Because I feel like you're finding yourself, what I'm like, the main thing I'm getting, it doesn't matter what group you're in, who's your support system. If you're not using your own inner power to make decisions, you're finding yourself in a regretful place where you're kind of regretting the decisions you've made, because they're not coming from you. Anytime that you're getting outside validation, and then you kind of do what they suggested you to do, you find yourself, you give someone else your power, right? That's just in general. And then what happens is, then later on, because you didn't follow your intuition, or you didn't try to listen to it, you're in regret. So I'm getting like, they're saying definitely like, you could have your support system, but also when it comes to certain things, try to figure it out on your own. So that's what I'm getting for you, Anj. Yeah, see, like the moon is here. To me, the moon is like when things are like beneath the surface that you're not really seeing working out for you. And I feel like you may get your judgment clouded too much when you're letting other people give you advice, especially if you're taking. And I'm not saying that, again, you can't have like, you can't get advice from people, right? But I also am a believer that nobody handles certain situations the same way. Like, like right now, Jessica handle a certain situation her way, I'm gonna handle it my way. So just getting her advice and doing it her way is probably not gonna work out for me. And I'm just saying, like, advice when it comes to like personal life. Like, some people, and I'm just using it as an example, they don't want their spouse to like go out with their friends, but then you have others that don't mind it. So yeah, just kind of finding your answers within. So that is what I have for you, Anj. Thank you so much. And Claudia, you can go ahead and post. I'm gonna change the deck. All right, I got you right now. How does HB view me now? We haven't been in touch in a very long time, and also used to work together. All right, you're welcome, Anj. Thank you. The Ten of Swords, the Moon, the Four of Pentacles, the Fool. I see this person. I don't know if this person, like, I feel like they've closed out the chapter. They're holding back. Kind of focus on their new beginnings is what I'm getting. I feel like with the Moon, there may be some things that they internalized, like almost like unfinished business, but also feeling like they've moved on. And I do feel like they still kind of look back on certain things. Maybe, I don't know if they feel like they also need closure. Show me more. Like the Page of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I don't know if there was a conversation that was like kind of, again, left unfinished. Show me more on this. How is HP feeling? How is he viewing? How are they viewing? How is he viewing her? The chat, yeah, they're viewing. I feel like he feels like you've also moved on and closed out the chapter. Like they could be feeling like, I don't know how long it's been since you guys haven't talked to each other. Has it been more than 7 months? I don't know why I'm getting the number 7, but I feel like this person feels like you've moved on. They could be viewing you as someone that's like progressing in life. Someone who's planted her seeds and maybe seeing like them come to life is what I'm getting. Show me more. Yeah, the King of Pentacles. I feel too this person is in this place of like being very practical about things. Yes, more. Okay. Being very practical about things right now. Like I do feel like to a certain extent he's invested, because like I said, the moon is here and it's showing me like there could be a sense of like unfinished business where it almost feels that he had no choice but to just kind of like enter a new chapter in his life, and he's seeing you as you're doing the same. Viewing you as someone that's very responsible too. Like the Death card is here. Do you know if this person talks to anyone that knows you? I don't know why. I feel like, yeah, I see the Hermit and the King of Swords. I don't know why I get this energy, and I just got chills a little bit, that he still keeps tabs on you, even though he's in hiding. Oh my God. Like this, like, let's just say if it was that it is, because I'm not getting just that, but let's just say it's social media. Like he could be watching you from like a completely like fake page, like a burner account is what I get that kind of energy where he's trying to pretend like I'm not watching, but I am. And I literally was getting that with the moon. Like getting like someone that's pretending that the chapter has closed, but in reality they still have their eye on you, and they're viewing you as someone that's healed, that's like looking beautiful, that like you've gone through your a transformation, you're more wiser, again, more beautiful, more like healed, just more evolved. And I feel like, again, he's kept tabs on you in the dark with the Hermit being here. I'm not getting Hermit more. I'm literally getting like someone that's like, yeah, like he's in incognito, but he's still watching. Who I'm so, yeah, that's why I said, do you guys know anyone have someone similar? Because I do feel like someone he's keeping tabs through someone, and I'm not getting like bad energy. If anything, I'm getting good, but he's just trying to pretend like he's not watching. I don't know. I mean, I asked you. I didn't ask like why he's doing that. I didn't know that was gonna come out either. But Spirit is also, I mean, I didn't ask that question, so I can't really answer that. But all I'm getting is like he's definitely watching you, and just not letting it be known. He's trying to pretend like he doesn't. I don't want to say doesn't care, but like he's not. Yeah, like he's not interested, but he is. Yeah, it's so crazy. I'm like, what the heck is this? I'm definitely getting someone watching. Does he have a wife? If he has a wife, it could be that, because I don't know why it's just her wife. But I got the feeling that he has someone. He does. Oh my God. See, I can't even make that up. And I just saw the Ten of Cups. Yeah, he definitely. I feel like, yeah, if it was any, that's why. I feel like that has to be that, to me. That's why. No, I'm getting the reason why he doesn't like interact with you is because he has a wife. Even though he wants to communicate, that he wants to have some type of communication because the Eight of Wands kept trying to come out, but it just never did. Now when I'm shuffling, like sticking out of the deck like that, like it was like in here, but it was like that. So yeah, that's what I have for you, love. Thank you. And just you can post. I hope that was helpful and gives you some clarity. But yeah, that's funny. I was like, wait. This is like funny because it felt like unfinished business, but you just watching. Ooh, that got cold. Alright, I got you right now, Jess. Fuck. My bad. How would Jess's family feel? How would Jess's parents feel if she distanced herself? How would Jess's parents feel if she distanced herself? The Queen of Swords. The Nine of Wands. So they're gonna quickly, like right away, I'm getting, they're gonna see you as being like a big cutthroat, and the Nine of Wands for sure being guarded. Yeah, they're gonna, I feel like they feel like you're being guarded, kind of cutthroat, and I'm getting very defensive. Um the Knight of Cups is showing kind of like, see, there's still softness here though. There's still softness. So you know what? They could feel like you're, yeah, look, you're like they're gonna have like emotionally, they're gonna feel conflicted. I'm trying to like clarify because it feels like a lot of like emotional conflict here. So they're definitely gonna feel emotionally conflicted. They're feeling like you're being, again, like defensive. I don't know if they're feeling like they're, you know what I'm getting here? I'm getting like you. All right, so this is with the Ten of Swords, and I'm just being honest with what I'm seeing and what Spirit is seeing. You're not seeing them clearly, and they're not seeing you clearly. What I'm getting is like there's communication where you guys are clashing because both sides is like Spirit is saying both sides are clashing because um you're not listening to understand, but they're also not listening to understand. It's more so like we're listening to respond instead of understand. And I'm getting it from like both sides. So there's like a clash here. And so they're feeling misunderstood and you're feeling like, what the fuck? Like, you know what is a mirror. I'm getting mirroring. Like, it feels very mirroring. And like, you're just like, the Ten of Swords is showing again, like, both parties, like them and you, are feeling a sense, I'm not gonna say betrayal, but I'm gonna say a what the fuck moment. Like, instead of like feeling like maybe things are getting better, they're gonna see it as things getting worse. um but also I feel like in the same sense, because the Ten of Swords is a completion, so maybe they're gonna be in this energy of like, well, maybe distance is good for everyone for now, um because of the clashing. You know what, Spirit just said egos are clashing. Show me more. Look, the Nine of Swords, stressed. Oh my God, like very stressed, overthinking. Show me more. How would they? The Death card, hoping for a transformation. You know what? I feel like they're also gonna view it as like an end of an era, and just kind of like, um, yeah, right. I was gonna say that, but I think that sometimes, cause let me tell you something. I could do the same thing, and when I tell you that I won't fucking speak to nobody, like people wrote, even now, like I just be in my own world, but people be like, how the fuck you don't, like my sister, I'd be telling her, I'm like, you gotta tell me stuff, cause sometimes I don't be around when y'all talking about stuff. I just don't. So I feel you're gonna feel it, and you're gonna feel it too. I feel, especially like with I was gonna say with the knives being here, with the swords, Ten of Swords and the Nine of Swords, but because it is going backwards, I feel like it will lighten up because the Death card is here. So let me see what happens next. So there could be a bit of heaviness. Um, show me the Death. This fucking Eight of Swords flipped all different ways. I don't know how it's supposed to. I'm not taking it. Okay, the Empress, the Three of Cups, and the Star. I feel like, okay, what's gonna happen is I'm getting this is your mom. I feel like, look, the Eight of Swords still came out at the bottom, even though I shuffled them. So I feel like and look, it's literally going backwards. I feel like she's gonna be the one to like eventually to kind of like break the silence. Yeah, I feel like she's gonna break the silence and try to like heal things. Um, Try to heal things in maybe her own kind of way, like nurturing way, because she is showing up as nurturing. So I feel like if you decide to do this, I think that it will be like that for a little bit, and then eventually like she's gonna break the silence and try to heal the connection, because I feel like she's gonna just kind of like recognize that you're growing, that you're evolving, and that maybe sometimes um taking a step back is okay. Like letting you figure things out, it's okay. So I do feel like there will be harmony, and it's not gonna last long. I honestly don't. So it goes from like a very heavy energy, and then it starts to die down. Cause we don't talk. Yeah, it's like nothing. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's hard, but when you're trying to distance yourself, especially when, I mean, just in general, because like I was saying earlier, I just told one of my friends on Friday. She told me, and we're close friends. She was telling me about like we were catching up. I was doing her hair, and I was that's one that I told you that her and her boyfriend did coaching with me a few weeks ago. Um, and I literally was trying to tell her, like we were talking, and she was like catching me up on this whole situation that was going on with her daughters, like her mom. And then she said her best friend was like very judgmental, and I said that's exactly why I don't tell certain people my business. Like I don't tell certain people my business. You know why? Because of that. And I said another thing is, like, I'm not gonna do what other people tell me to do. I like to, you know, I like to make decisions how I want to make them, because at the end of the day, if it's a fuck up, then it's mine, my fuck up. But I was like, when you let too many people in, you cloud your judgment. And I feel like that's, even if people are not intentionally trying to do that, which I feel like parents don't intentionally do that, I do feel like you have to be your own person, because that's just what it is. Even when you have friends, like, you have to still be your own person. Yeah, it's cause you're evolving, Jess. And I remember earlier this year when I did a reading for you, I said that you would be evolving. So I'm not really surprised. I feel like you're in your early, like, adulthood. So where you were at, even as some teenagers go through a thing, they don't want to do shit with nobody. My nephew is kind of there right now. He's in his preteens, and he don't even want to play with his little brother, like, on the game. And you're evolving, so you want to do, because I feel like that's how you grow. Like, I always did my own thing when I was younger, like, especially my early, like, adult years, like your years. I was definitely, like, doing my own thing, and I'm perfectly fine. So that's what it is. Like, you're just wanting to, like, you're evolving and you're expanding. So you're going to be pushed away from certain people, especially the closest people to you, when you're evolving like that. Like, you're going through breakthroughs, you're going through, like, awakenings, you're going through just changes in general. And some people don't even go through that in their teens. They don't go through it till they're in their, literally in their 20s. And some people even in their 30s. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, Jess. I'm gonna head out, but if you need me, text me. I'm sure I'll be texting you guys. I'll be up for a little bit, but I'm trying to, like, wind down or a little earlier than 2 o'clock in the morning, because then I don't really fall asleep till, like, 3 or 4. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.